Now that you are learning about the layout of a web page, properly placing the elements on a page becomes more tricky. Most web browsers provide tools that help you with that process. I will give you a short introduction into Google Chrome's web development tools. If you prefer another browser, check out the corresponding documentation. I've provided some links on the course website. Let's say you want to use Chrome's development tools for this web page for the Lighthouse Island Bistro. To do so, go to the upper right corner and select More Tools and then Developer Tools. You can also open the Developer Tools by right-clicking on any element on the page and selecting Inspect Element. You will basically see two panels. The panel content can be zoomed in or out by pressing Ctrl+ or Ctrl- respectively. You can also switch the location of the panel or resize the area reserved for the panels. The first panel shows the HTML for all elements. You can collapse and expand the elements and see how they are nested. The second panel shows all style rules that apply to the selected element. The style rules are listed in reverse order in which they are applied. So the rules on the top are applied last and possibly override rules for the same property. So the first rules are the inline styles. Then, in the case of the footer element, the rules for the style sheets are listed starting with the rule that are directly specified for the footer element. It is very helpful to see the style rules that all apply. For example, the footer is included in the wrapper and the body, so the rules for the wrapper and body apply to the footer as well. If a style rule is overwritten, then it is displayed as crossed out. For example, the wrapper sets the text color. But you can notice that this rule is crossed out because the text color of the footer is set to black in the rule of the footer, which in turn overrides the rule for the wrapper. On the right side of the panel, the box model for that element is displayed. If you mouse over the different area of the box model, then that area is marked on the web page. For example, let's look at the navigation area. You can see that the content area reaches beyond the blue marked area on the left. You can also see that there's a padding of 10 pixels on the top and bottom, and there are no borders and margins. Now let's use the developer tools to modify the page. You can change all the styles in the panel. You can also comment out rules by taking off the check mark in front of the rule. Those changes go immediately into effect. However, those changes are not saved in the actual style sheet. If you reload the web page, the changes are lost. This allows you to freely experiment. If you want to save those changes, go to item Sources on the top. Notice the star at the name of the style sheet layout.css. The star indicates that you have made changes to the style sheet that have not been saved. You can right-click the file name and select Save or Save As. Then navigate to where you want to save the style sheet. Refresh the page and the star at the file name will disappear.